Yeah, it's been a long time. I actually haven't thought about it in quite a while.
While waiting to hear if Bobby got an appeal, I spoke with his defense attorney from the first trial, now amateur chef Yitzahk Gunt.
I would like to preface this whole thing by saying that entire experience is extremely triggering for me. I would say my defense plan sort of unraveled on day one, just sort of by Bobby's inability to shut the fuck up.
He was known for yelling things in court like, keep an eye on me because the second you don't, I'll burn this place down. He mimed strangling people a lot.
He actually strangled me one day in the courtroom, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a bruised trachea. We had to take a recess for the rest of the day. I'll never forget it. He grabbed me by the throat and just kept screaming in my face, I am guilty, I am guilty, I am guilty. And I stopped breathing. Wow, I just remembered that.
And that was in front of the judge and the jury?
Mm-hmm.
So that couldn't have helped his case?
No, the prosecutors later that evening called me, and I remember them asking if I wanted to bring up charges. At that point, I just told them I'd get back to them.
Sure, but you never did?
No.
Understandable.
What was interesting to me is he kept screaming things like that, and yet he pled not guilty. So I was trying to build a defense around his plea, and he kept contradicting that plea at every turn, and just had sort of like a fundamental misunderstanding of, I guess, where he was at any point in time.
Yes, that seemed evident. He often sort of thought maybe it was a rehearsal or this was a publicity trial, but in fact it was the real trial.
I'll tell you something between me and you, as my attorney. I am trying to tank this thing because I know this is just the fake trial. I want to see what happens if we ruin this. You know what I'm saying?
This isn't a real trial.
He didn't really have an alibi presented at the trial. Part of that is because every time anyone would approach it, he would stand up and yell, what's the point even? Throw me in jail.
Right.
So some of that's on him.
I think all of it, but yeah.
Okay, but he always said, ask my lawyer. Mr. Gunt knows.
Being, quote, disappeared does not hold up in a court of law.
Just sounds like the alibi didn't feel relevant.
No, it's not an alibi.
It would be dangerous maybe to bring up that he could have committed the murder while he was disappeared because the theater that the magic show happened at is on the same block as his ex-wife's home. That
is correct. My team and I, we went over there obviously to check out the crime scene and also the theater, and it was a 6.5 second walk.
You had a change of career path. How is that going for you? While Mr. Gunt cried for several minutes before finally returning to the conversation, I could see how his and Bobby's personalities may have clashed.
I really miss practicing law. When I went to law school, I always just wanted to help people. I do wonder what my life could have been had I not met Bobby and had this not happened.
Well, I think the whole world feels the absence of Gunt and Gunt legal associates.
What about this trial do you think warrants a re-examination?
Just think everyone deserves a chance to have their story told. No, I'm not an investigative journalist. I'm not a journalist. I'm not someone who likes to figure things out. I don't do well at math. I don't really want to know...
On this, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I implore you to maybe consider that in this particular instance, the truth is glaring.
Okay. Interesting. And we will find out what that truth is.
I think we know. Just to get it out there, this seems like an unbelievable waste of your time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm going to spend a lot of time thinking about this. But it wasn't a waste of time. Bobby was granted an appeal.